I think last time I kind of rage quit because this quest was kind of bugging out. Let's see if it works this time. If not, then I'll just do something else. Yeah, it was this quest. Hello, dig deeper, little girl in here. Come on out. And then this guy comes up, tries to fuck with our shit. Some thugs scroll over. Yeah, I swear I checked this hovel. She wasn't here, no one was. How did this draft find her so easily? Don't fret it. Come on, little bird. Doesn't matter how good you're hiding, you'll have to come out sometime. And then nothing happened. This is as far as I got last time. And it looks like as far as I'm gonna get this time. Yeah, something's fucky. And look at this, it's like game crashing. Can I go somewhere else? I can't go somewhere else. Let's see if resetting the zone fixes it. Sorry for all the load screens. Yeah, maybe that'll break the game even more. Thankfully I have a save right before I started the quest. Always quick save, kids. Here we go. Oh, now I can talk with her. Maybe that did fix it. That did fucking fix it. Oh gods, thank you. They were gonna take me back to that woman. I've never met anyone so cruel. When she found me the first time, she even... My apologies. I'm still out of sorts. You have my thanks and grace, sir. Okay, well she's acting like these men aren't even here, which they are. So I guess it is still bugged. For a moment, it looks like she might hug you, but at the last moment she seems to think better of it and pulls up short a half-dozen steps away. She collects herself, standing straight with her shoulders back. Then she nods, the gesture so polite it's almost formal. My name is Reen. My home and hearth and bread are yours to use, except I don't have any of those things. She blushes then, looking around self-consciously. What's the little girl doing all alone? It is worth a celebration. The girl looks up at you, her forehead creasing a little in irritation. My name is Reen. But then she hesitates and looks down, blinking. She reaches into her pocket absentmindedly. Did I forget to tell him that? She stands there motionless for a second, then stops and looks up at you again. No, I think I did. She looks up at you. I'm sorry, she says. My name is Reen. My food and fire are yours to use before you go. God, this world is full of such interesting characters. Without seeming to realize what she's doing, the girl brushes her hand through her hair and you see the side of her head has been shaved. Large stitches run along her scalp, holding together an ugly cut longer than her hand. The wound is purple and angry looking, only just beginning to heal. It can't be more than a week old. What happened to your head, bud? Her body grows tense for a moment, her eyes darting around as if deciding whether or not to run away. She glances at the rubble where she had hidden from the thugs. She relaxes, though her eyes are still weary. I was running away. There were some people. Bad people. I ran away and got hurt. Your scar looks bad. What are you running away from? Yeah, your scar looks pretty bad. Are you okay? She makes a dismissive gesture toward her temple. It's fine. It looks a lot worse than it is, and a lot better than yours, anyway. She smirks, touching the side of her head. The haircut is pretty awful, though, isn't it? I don't think they really needed to shave quite this much, do you? It looks dashing, fashionable even. You might start a trend. I'm having some trouble with my memory, too. I know what it's like. She looks up at you for a long moment and slowly lets her smile slip away. Without it, she seems even smaller. She nods gravely. At first it was pretty bad. I couldn't stay awake or stand up. Even talking was hard. It's a little better every day. It doesn't hurt so much anymore. But sometimes I still get dizzy when I move around too fast. I feel you there, bud. And I forget things. She smiles bravely and touches the side of her head again, pressing with her fingertips. But it's a little better every day. It doesn't hurt so much anymore. But sometimes I still get dizzy when I move around too fast and forget things. She just totally repeated that, didn't she? There's a long pause. She stares at you blankly for a moment, her mouth open slightly. Suddenly, her eyes lose their vacant look, and a grin spreads across her face. I'm just kidding. I mean, I do sometimes forget things, a little, but that was a joke, she says, then blushes a little and looks down sheepishly. Your story doesn't fit. Who fixed your wound and shaved your head? If you could hardly sit up, how did you keep running? She scowls at you fiercely. I don't know, I was talking to a judge, she says angrily. I told you I can't remember, not for days on either side of whatever happened. She looks away, mouth pressed into a firm line. Alright, I'm gonna be compassionate. I'm sorry. Trying to help. Seems like you've had a rough couple days. She gives a wavering smile. Oh, it's not all bad. I found some shimmery berries today, so that means I get to play I wonder if this will poison me later. That's always exciting. Mighty number 9? No, I haven't heard about that. What's that? Anything I can do to help? She shrugs nonchalantly. I don't know. I'm pretty good here, unless you happen to have any spare food you aren't using, or water, or a blanket, or a new bed, or a house, or, anything at all. Rin starts out talking with a playful smile on her face, but then her eyes well up. Her voice stays cheerful, even as the tears are running down her cheeks. She wipes them away, embarrassed and angry. But her hands are shaking now, and there are some more tears, and words continue to pour out of her. I offer apologies. It's just that I've been hungry for days. I don't know where I am. My head hurts and nothing makes sense. She laughs then, helplessly, with a tinge of trembling panic finally bleeding into her nose. God's around me. I'm all broken in my head. The moon is wrong, and I'm so tired of being scared all the time. Come with me. She blinks up at you and gives a huge grin. Really? She looks at your companions and seems to shrink away. No, I'm alright. I mean, thank you, but I'm alright. What people were you running away from? She opens her mouth, then closes it again. She nods and puts her hand back into her pocket absentmindedly. I don't really remember. I think they were stealers. No, what's the word? Robbers. They wanted to rob me. No, this is just where I was staying. I ran away. My home is a long way from here. Where are you from? Really far away, but I'm not sure exactly which direction. She looks around a little, almost as if she were seeking a familiar landmark. It has to be a long way from here. My home isn't anything like this. There were trees upon trees. The trees here aren't trees like... The young girl squints off to the distance. After a moment, her eyes go distant, and you realize she probably isn't going to finish her sentence. You were saying something about trees? What? No, I wasn't. Okay, this girl is kind of fucked up. Well, I got a quest updated. Okay, I have to convince her to join me to bring her back to the slaver, or... yeah. It's a train wreck? What's a train wreck? What is Mighty Number 9? What is it? A game, a movie, a book, a play, a story you just made up? I don't know what you're talking about, man. The kid... Oh, the kid reminds you of yourself. Are you homeless? You've got a house, a family, the internet, man. You're better off than like 90% of kids alive in the world right now, man. Well, not 90%. Most of them. A large percentage. Alright, what do I want to do next? I don't think I can do this, this quest. I think it's broken beyond repair. Ah, we're gonna look for the sorrow's latest victim in the Dendra O'Hare Chapel. So that's in the underbelly, right? Yeah. Rin is like a player character? Let's try this again. You're making a morbid joke? I can't say anything else to this. This girl? Okay. Shit's broken, man. Alright, we're going to the chapel. I wonder what other kind of, the kid says morbid jokes and so do I. Gotcha. I don't know that she was joking, you know? I think she just, like, legitimately has a fucked up life. Dude, what other kind of, like, solo RPGs do you think I should play and then, like, upload on YouTube like I've been doing? I was thinking about Banner Saga 2. I've also been thinking about playing through Morrowind again. Really taking time, really, like, reading everything. It would be, like, probably a 100-hour play if I actually finished it. Alright, this is my first time in here. So let's take it slow. What's the quest again? Sorrow's Prey. Kaofi, a sculptor in Circus Minor, witnessed the murder of a man by the Sorrow, the same creature that was hunting me. Now he's obsessed with sculpting the moment of the killing, but all his attempts have been failures. He cannot immortalize the victim until he learns more about him. Search the Sorrow's latest victim at the Dendra O'Hare Chapel. Kaofi told me that the victim's body was taken away by the Dendra O'Hare, probably to their chapel. Okay. So there should be a body here somewhere. Let's just examine. This corpse in a wretched state, its head and limbs crushed to pulp, with bits of wood and debris embedded in the skin. Something else I could do is, the first Torment, Planescape Torment. A strong aroma of charred flesh rises from the dingy cloth over this corpse. Lift the shroud. You carefully move the shroud to the side. There's no way around it. This dead man was a cast-off. Oh my god. And it would be hard for him to be deader. His flesh is papery, desiccated. His tattoo, or rather the charred remains of it, has burned through his skin and into the bone beneath. And of course there is the matter of his charred eye sockets and his horrified gaping mouth. Parts of the corpse are missing. Remnants of an aborted Dendra feast. You aren't surprised they stopped. Touch the tattoo. Oh god! The last thing you remember before your fingertip grazes the tattoo is a rising buzz. Time stutters and breaks. Panting softly, you awaken, leaning against the bier for support. Your arm burns, your temporals throb, the white static claws at the corners of your mouth. Someone was screaming in that lightless, timeless void. You remember that much, but it wasn't you. None of the Dendra looking your way. Huh. Addendum added. Where are my addendums? Addendum added? Should be in journal, but I don't see anything here. Huh. Any of those? True, so the problem with that is, like, I kind of would have to, like, dedicate myself to one game for quite a while and, like, upload them regularly, I think. Or play it all through, stream it, take the time, upload them later. I don't know. Anybody else watching this on YouTube, like, any other games you'd like to see? I'm probably going to put out, like, a, hey, what do you want to see, kind of short video, intro video. My channel's doing better than I thought it would. This corpse is partially eaten. Gnawed by human teeth. The body cavity is splayed open and most of the organs are gone. Gross. The view from this window would inspire an author to pen the greatest masterpiece. Unfortunately, the window is boarded up. I love that. A plump middle-aged woman lies upon her slab. Her head has been stripped of flesh, her eyes placed neatly on the slab. The bed of this old pushcart is stained with blood and other more unpleasant things. Okay. Let's start talking to people. A teenage girl lies dead on the slab. Most of her bones are shattered, suggesting that she fell from a great height. The corpse of an elderly man lies under the shroud. His face is peaceful, and you see no obvious cause of his death. Alright. This altar is made entirely of human bones, with a carved skeletal head mounted above. Live maggots wriggle in its empty eye socket. Imbitube. Ah, welcome back. I see you are still on your feet. You notice he seems disappointed about this, despite his feverish cheer. A sculptor told me your people may have found a man killed by a strange creature. Yes, he says. I believe I know the poor man. Dry as a leaf, hollow as an eggshell, barely any mind left in there at all. He clicks his tongue. Inspect him at your leisure. He's the one with the charred skin on his brow. Now, I don't know much more about him, he says, chuckling, though I can assure you we plumbed the depths of his mind and body for answers. But I seem to recall seeing him before, possibly not through my eyes, mind you, in Cliff's Edge. He was coming out of a building near the Chiurgical parlor. So Cliff's Edge, let's see. Cliff's Edge parlor? Okay. That's all I need to know about that. Yeah, so now we just need to go to the house. Leader of the Dendra were informed me that the Sar victim lived in Cliff's Edge. His house was near the Chiurgical parlor. Perhaps secluded as I think. Okay, let's go check that out. Banner Saga is more combat driven, so I'm a little worried that that might be kind of boring for people to watch. Maybe not though. You know, I really don't know what's going to be popular. You know, I did not expect this to be popular at all, but yeah, like 1,000 views in a week is it's far exceeded my expectations. I'll just keep playing this game and decide what to play next when it's time. Man, I've still only been in one fight in this game. Out of how many hours? Like, am I at 6 or 7 now? Yeah, 6.5 hours, man. Alright, I gotta talk to this guy. Oh, I can't. Okay, so I think that's this area, is that right? Pico. The mutant boy gazes at the entrance to the Chiurgical parlor, flinching at each scratch of razor metal on metal from within. By your estimation, he is in his late teens, but is the size of a young, malnourished child. His arms are little more than bone wrapped in red, speckled skin, and a raw line zigzags down between his mismatched eyes and over his blade of a nose. As if pointing directly at his thin lips, he sees you looking, and bird-like muscles flex in his frail jaw. Get a good look, he says, lifting his chin. Or maybe you want to call me some names. I hear eggshell a lot, or maybe lightning bolt. I get that one from time to time. He crosses his bony arms and glares at you. Don't let me stop you. Call me some names. Laugh. Do it now, because in another few minutes, I'll be the one laughing. Calm down, Earthquake. Yeah, calm down, Earthquake. Very funny, he says. Hilarious, and you know what? I am calm. I am going to be the butt of everyone's jokes. I'm not going to be the butt of everyone's jokes anymore, he says. Electrically sizzles within the nearby parlor. This time, he does not flinch away. Lightning flickers trapped in his determined eyes. I have some money, alright? I'm going to use it to change myself. Change everything I can. He trails off, studying you in turn. His eyes widen, and he glances away with you. Quickly away, studying the nearby parlor instead. Scan thoughts, is he the guy who could be? Could be a sign. What sort of changes are you considering? What do you care, he says. I'm sure you have business somewhere in the city. I don't want to be any trouble. Why'd you look at me strangely earlier? His mouth trembles, as though he's wrestling with a question he doesn't want to ask. Doesn't feel good to be stared at, does it? He says at last, looking back at the parlor. He seems to be deflecting your question, though it isn't clear why. I scan thoughts. He's forgotten me, doesn't matter. His words to me then mean the same to me now. Yeah, Numenera, bud. That's right. Can everyone buy improvements from the parlor? Yes, he says. You pay the keeper and the drones remake your body the way you want. I see. Have you played this, buddy? And I'm sorry I missed my D&D stream today. Just having a real rough day. I'm feeling better now, but I didn't get out of bed until like 4:30 p.m. The salty air only partially mutes the cloud of putrid sweetness clinging to this jumble of fallen wood, stone, and iron. Until recently, this was someone's home, but the unstable ground must have caused it to collapse. Search for valuables. You shift aside broken pieces of furniture and small pieces of rubble, but you find nothing of value. After a short while, you realize what has happened. Someone has already picked through the ruins and taken the more accessible valuables. You stand back, concentrating. Nothing about the pile of stone is familiar, but the view from where the door once stood, the boundless horizon falling into the sea, is. Let's study the horizon. Yeah, let's go ahead and failsafe. Critical success. Fuck yeah, stat pool spent on effort restored. Oh yeah. Fingers of wind rake in your face. You squint into the sunlight, trying to remember. You've stood here before, and you know you have, letting your thoughts untangle. The skyline tilts, and you stagger as the memory engulfs you. You grip the edge of the crude banister, grimacing at the sea. The calm of the scene no longer touches you as it once did, nor, you realize, does this body. You smile at your own impatience. Your restlessness must rival the ocean itself. A gust of salty air bears the memory away in ribbons, leaving your mind aching and dry atop the ruins of the house. There's little doubt now, the changing god, the cast-off killed by the sorrow, once lived here. Ooh, dun dun dun. Dig through the pile to find the source of the whatever. Alright, let's get my glaive. He's the strong one. He should be. Goddamn. Failsafe. Success! The smell intensifies as you heave aside a slab of ceiling. A swarm of startled insects spins away into the sky, revealing the body of a young woman, torn and crushed. An invisible hand rips the air from your chest and the strength from your legs. You fall, feeling a presence close around you, a heat on your back. Who's there? Your words are a whisper. You can barely breathe now, and the heat fills you like a fever. Suddenly, a cool hand covers your burning eyes. A smooth arm folds over your stomach. And just like that, the heat is gone. You whirl around. No one is there. What the fuck? A new reflection is forming in the labyrinth? What does that mean? Sorrow's prey? What does that mean? Oh my god, new reflection, labyrinth? I don't know what any of those things mean. Alright. You're not done with Numenera? You played the Old Infinity? Did you play the original Planescape? Let's see here. His house is supposed to be close to this. So, is it not this one? Damn, nothing else. Oh, and thanks. Mass Effect is pretty cool. I don't know. I got kind of bored about halfway through the second one and quit. What do you think is the best Infinity game? Like what, Baldur's Gate? I would say that like well, yeah, Baldur's Gate is probably my favorite too. Planescape is way up there, though. These shelves abound with beakers, flasks, and other myriad containers. The utter lack of labels is something on them is somewhat worrying. These displays show information regarding patients, conveniently visible from anywhere within the parlor. The books jamming the shelves of this desk are divided equally between obscure medical texts and mechanical how-to manuals. Huh. Let's talk to this dude. Journal. This old man's skin is covered in makeup, painstakingly drawn to resemble dark stone. His eyes widen briefly as he notices you, and his face and neck hardens into actual obsidian for a moment. It's the Night King! Then he smiles and nods at you, his features mobile once more. Welcome, welcome, he says. Sorry about the stone. Polymorphic flesh modification, you see. I didn't see you walk up, and I assumed you were going to cut my throat and take my Chiurgical parlor for yourself. Why would you think such a thing? I do good business here, the man shrugs. If I were a younger man looking to make a name for myself in this city, I'd kill me so. My Chiurgical parlor is a marvel of the prior world, you see. Just pick an item or a service, pay my outrageous fees, and after a short to long period of fairly safe but an indescribable agony, you walk away with some horrible Numenera bits whirling away inside you. He pokes a few buttons on a device strapped to his wrist, and lights twinkle across its length. A dark, glassy lens focuses on you. Well, interested? Yeah, Baldur's Gate 2. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are my favorite. I can't help noticing that you're a very honest man. Well spotted, he says, nodding. Clear streaks of quartz run up his prominent cheekbones, revealing his muscle beneath. It's a side effect of my modifications. Couldn't lie to you if you begged me to. He shrugs. Honesty is usually a hindrance to a businessman, but people seem to like it. And I scan thoughts, it's a blessing in my opinion. Huh. How'd you come to own this parlor, bro? It was originally a partnership, he says. My colleagues and I spent 2 years digging it out and getting the whole mess working, he sighs. Of course, we had to test the drones before we tried them on anyone else. Customers getting skinned alive on opening day is bad for business. Turns out that was a wise move. Gorna chose an intelligence modification, and the drones cut off his head to work on it more directly. Mior picked strength, and the drones sliced off her arms. They defaulted to sever in those days. He smiles fondly. Anyway, 6 partners later, I was the sole proprietor. I worked on out the kinks, and here we are with no fatalities in, he thinks, months. No fatalities in months. I scan thoughts. The strongest survived. Of course, it might not have been me, but well, it was. Alright, show me your items. Of course, he says, tapping a few buttons on the broad device, encircling his wrist. The lens beams a cone of light directly into your eye, which immediately begins watering. Blinking, you see a menu of items, seemingly hanging in the air. That's fucking neat. An artificial eyeball? Very popular item, he says, nodding. The meat ones wear out so easily. This one never does, and it'll help you spot things normalize miss. And all it takes is a one-time cost of 550 shins and a tremendously unpleasant operation. Wow. I knew that would catch your eye, the clawed gauntlets. Digging you in the ribs, we plant long hollow rods into your forearms with steel blades sheathed inside. Just flick your wrist and they pop out, surprising anyone who mistook you for unarmed. He demonstrates with his unoccupied wrist, making little shk sounds. 650 shins for the weapon and the work both. Damn, nothing I can afford. The Numenera analyzer sounds safest. 400. It's quite safe, he says, nodding. Most of the time, in almost 3 out of 5 cases. And the procedure couldn't be simpler. The drones simply saw your skull open, shove an implant into the right spot, and seal everything back up again. He clasps his hand. Once they do that, the implant will help you identify the purposes of unknown Numenera. It costs 400 shins, but it pays for itself. Alright. I won't miss you, but I'll miss your money. God, what a cool fucking NPC. Okay, so I think they said it was near... I'm certain this house belonged to a cast-off. The very man's office trying to prepare a sculpture. If I search the ruins for him, I found it. Alright, it wants me to search the house more, but I can't search the house more. I succeeded the amnesia and the might check, so there's nothing else here to do. Maybe I should just go talk to the fucking quest giver again. Anyway, yeah, dude. Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, patch 1 point whatever, that came out recently, like a month or so ago, is awesome. Like, it changes a lot of the UI and enhances the map, the inventory, character screens. I'm playing through a solo mage thief right now. I might actually start over after I'm done with this, so that I can upload them in segments to YouTube. Though those are going to be a lot more, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to stream and what to upload yet. You know, I'm still kind of figuring things out. But it would seem to me that just like repeating a battle 5 times to finally just like beat one thing and then go off and stealth and save again, you know, which is the nature of the beginning of Baldur's Gate 2 solo, would be really boring, you know, to watch. Kaofi glowers blankly at the sky, his battered fingers sculpting the air, his lips moving silently. Oh man, I guess I can't, yeah, no progress here. I'm not really sure what to do with this quest, man. What is it? Sorrow's Parade? Oh! This one. Okay, so the top. I see. The top is the newest. Find a way to communicate with the shadowy reflection that has appeared in the labyrinth. What the fuck is a labyrinth? When I discovered the body of a young woman in the ruined house, a new reflection began to take shape in my mind. In order to act with it, I'll need to form a strong connection. The reflection seems to have lost something, perhaps an object in the real world that was taken from the ruined house. If I can find it and bring it to her, it might be able to draw her fully into the labyrinth. What the hell does that mean? What the hell is the labyrinth, man? Huh. AD&D kills your brain. That's funny. Why? It's pretty simple. I mean, I'm sure it's not the simplicity or complexity that gets you, but why do you say that? Why do you say it kills your brain? I really like it. I don't know. Like, have you played Pillars of Eternity? I quite like that I know that they kind of, like, made their own system, like, even their own spells and stuff, but I really like how kind of AD&D-ish it is. I'm still playing through that game. I'm at, like, level 7. 60 hours or so? I take a long time, my first playthrough on those kind of games, man. As you can see. So just interacting with this isn't gonna... Oh, it did! What the fuck? I just searched for valuables. At long last, you discover something worth taking beneath a sunken wedge of broken stone. Nithamiran doll. Cool. Oh, come on, game, don't fuck up. Oh, don't fuck up. God damn it. Fuck. No! Darth Vader moment right there. Alright, Alt F4. That's all I can do.